Aries, there is something very unusual surrounding your energy right now, and on August 26th, you may finally begin to understand why certain people have been behaving differently around you. Someone knows that you noticed something they never expected you to notice. What is making this situation even more interesting is that they cannot understand how you figured it out. They may have thought you were guessing. They may have convinced themselves that someone must have told you something. They might even have wondered whether you somehow discovered information that they were deliberately keeping away from you. But deep down, they are beginning to realize something else. You simply sensed it. You picked up on something before it was openly revealed. And that realization is making someone uncomfortable. There is a person around you who may be replaying a recent conversation in their mind, asking themselves, "How did Aries know?" They are looking at your words differently now. Something you casually said may have turned out to be much more accurate than they expected. Perhaps you told someone, "I had a feeling this was going to happen." Maybe you knew somebody was going to contact you before your phone even rang. Maybe you sensed that something was wrong with a particular person before anyone else noticed it. And at first, people may have laughed. They may have dismissed it as coincidence. But when the same kind of thing happens repeatedly, people begin to pay attention. That is exactly what I feel happening around you now. On August 26th, Aries, your intuition is highlighted strongly. This isn't necessarily about literally reading someone's thoughts. It is about your ability to notice patterns, body language, changes in someone's behavior, the atmosphere around a situation, and those subtle details that other people may completely overlook. You may walk into a room and immediately feel that something is different. You may speak with someone and realize that their words don't completely match their behavior. You may suddenly remember a person and then hear from them. You may have a strong feeling about a situation, only to discover later that your instincts were pointing you in the right direction. And this is why someone may be watching you more carefully than before. They are trying to understand you. They may be wondering what you notice, what you understand, and how much you already know. There is also a beautiful symbol coming through for you. A large ancient tree standing firmly beneath the sky. For you, this represents wisdom, stability, growth, and deep inner awareness. A tree doesn't need to prove that it is strong. It simply continues growing. And that is the message for Aries right now. You don't need to convince anyone that your instincts are valid. You don't need everyone to understand you. You don't need to explain every feeling you have. Sometimes you simply know that something doesn't feel right, and instead of forcing yourself to ignore that feeling, you can pause and observe. That's where your strength is. I also keep seeing the image of many small fish moving together through the water while one larger fish moves calmly through the same space. The smaller fish represent people moving according to the crowd, following what everyone else is doing. The larger fish represents your ability to see the bigger picture. You may not always follow the crowd, Aries. You may notice things from a completely different perspective. And some people don't know what to do with that. They may feel exposed when they're around someone who notices details easily. They may become more careful with what they say. They may even start holding certain information back because they don't want you to notice what is happening beneath the surface. This is particularly strong around one person who may have realized that you noticed something they wanted to keep private. They could be acting distant. They could be quieter than usual. They may suddenly become more guarded. They may think that by saying less, they can prevent you from understanding what is really happening. But Aries, don't become obsessed with figuring them out. That's important. Your power isn't in chasing answers. Your power is in observing without forcing. If someone wants to reveal something, let them reveal it. If someone needs space, let them have it. And if something doesn't make sense yet, don't rush to create an explanation. There is another strong spiritual symbol around you, 333. In spiritual traditions, 333 is often associated with guidance, support, growth, and moving forward with greater awareness. For your August 26th energy, I would interpret this as a reminder that you are entering a period where you should trust your inner direction while keeping yourself grounded. Don't let other people's confusion make you question yourself. But at the same time, don't assume every feeling is automatically a fact. Observe. Wait. Let reality confirm what your intuition is telling you. That balance is extremely important. There is also someone who may feel challenged by your confidence. This person could carry strong fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or these signs could appear somewhere important in their chart. They may have noticeable brown, dark, honey-toned, or lighter highlighted hair. This person is fascinated by your personality, but there may also be a little intimidation there. They may feel as though you see through them more easily than most people do. And interestingly, I also feel an earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, connected to this situation. This could describe another person around you or an important influence in your current circumstances. The message is not necessarily about one single individual. It could represent different people who are reacting to your changing energy. And then we have the energy of conflict and misunderstanding. Someone may have become defensive because they felt you discovered something before they were ready to talk about it. They could have interpreted your awareness as interference. But there is a difference between knowing something and confronting someone about it. You don't have to expose everything you notice. Sometimes silence is the wiser response. There is also a message here about your talents becoming more visible. People may be beginning to recognize something that you've been developing quietly. You have been investing your energy into something, and although the results may not have appeared immediately, the seeds you've planted are beginning to grow. This could relate to your work, could involve creativity, could involve your personal goals. It could even involve something you've been patiently building behind the scenes. The Seven of Pentacles energy is strongly connected to this. You planted the seed. You gave it attention. You waited. Now you are entering the stage where you begin asking, when will I finally see the results? The answer is, don't abandon what you've started simply because it hasn't appeared yet. Your patience matters. And there may be someone who looks at your progress and secretly compares their life to yours. They may not openly admit it. They might act as though they don't care. They might even distance themselves from you. But beneath that behavior could be insecurity. And Aries, this is where you need to protect your peace. You cannot make everyone happy. You cannot carry everyone's emotional weight. You cannot force someone to celebrate your success. Some people will genuinely be happy for you. Others may struggle with comparison. Your responsibility is not to make yourself smaller so somebody else can feel comfortable. Your responsibility is to continue growing. I also receive a very strong message about holding back. Someone is deliberately controlling what they tell you. They may be thinking carefully before speaking. They may be monitoring their own behavior around you. They may believe that if they reveal too much, you'll immediately understand what they're feeling. This could be a friend, a relative, a colleague, or simply someone who has been observing you from a distance. But here's the important part. You don't need to chase them. If their energy becomes strange, notice it and keep moving. There is a bigger chapter developing for you. And the message I keep getting is, big plans require you to stop giving small problems your entire attention. You may have goals that are much bigger than the situation currently occupying your mind. So don't let somebody else's jealousy, silence, confusion, or strange behavior distract you from your own direction. Your life is still moving forward. Your happiness is still important. Your dreams are still important. And your future deserves your attention. There is also a beautiful message about happiness. You may be entering a period where you naturally begin attracting people who feel more positive, supportive, and emotionally safe. You are becoming better at recognizing who genuinely wants the best for you. You may notice the difference between someone who celebrates your achievements and someone who becomes uncomfortable whenever something good happens to you. That awareness can change your relationships completely. You don't need hundreds of people around you. You need people who feel safe to be around. people who don't compete with you, people who don't secretly hope you fail, people who can see you succeed and genuinely smile. That is the kind of energy you are moving toward. And Aries, there is another message for you on August 26th. Slow down. If you have a goal, don't force the timing. If something hasn't happened yet, it doesn't necessarily mean it isn't coming. Some things need preparation before they can arrive. You may be tempted to rush because you want an answer immediately, but the message is to allow things to develop naturally. Ask yourself, am I reacting because I know something, or because I'm afraid of what might happen? That question could save you from unnecessary stress. And if you need support, ask for it. You don't have to handle everything alone. Whether you think of that support as your faith, your inner wisdom, your family, your friends, or simply the people who genuinely care about you, allow yourself to receive help when you need it. There is no weakness in asking for support. And finally, Aries, I want you to remember this. There is a bigger plan for your life than whatever temporary situation is currently bothering you. Don't sabotage your own progress because someone else isn't ready to understand you. Don't stop yourself from succeeding because someone might become jealous. Don't make yourself smaller. Keep your focus on what you're building. Your thoughts matter. Your words matter. Your daily choices matter. Instead of repeatedly focusing on what could go wrong, start focusing on what you actually want to create. Not because every thought magically controls reality, but because what you repeatedly focus on influences the choices you make, the opportunities you notice, and the direction you take. So on August 26th, 2026, choose your direction carefully. Choose peace. Choose growth. Choose people who respect you. Choose goals that excite you. And choose to believe that your story is still being written. The pen is in your hand. You don't have to know every chapter yet. You only need to take the next step. And I keep getting one final message for you. There are no wasted experiences. Every person who entered your life taught you something. Every disappointment showed you something. Every strange situation strengthened your awareness. Every moment when you trusted yourself became part of your growth. You are becoming much better at understanding which doors deserve your energy and which ones should remain closed. So keep your energy protected. Stay grounded. Stay curious. Stay focused. And most importantly, don't underestimate yourself. Someone may still be wondering how you knew. Someone may still be trying to understand how you noticed. Someone may still be watching from a distance. But you don't need to prove anything. Let time reveal the truth. Let people's actions speak louder than their words. And let your own path continue unfolding. Aries, August 26th carries a message of awareness, patience, personal power, and forward movement. What is meant to become clear will become clear. What is meant to leave will leave. And what is meant to grow with you will find its way closer. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments with a fire or Aries. And if you've recently had one of those moments where you sensed something before it happened, tell me about it. Your story could be exactly what another Aries needs to hear today. Take care of yourself, protect your peace, and remember, your future is much bigger than the situation you're currently trying to understand.